to Lolita's Corner. Our famous life, love, and relationships is back with Mr. Waddy. We're so glad that you have joined us on tonight. We're looking to have a little fun, a little laughter, some good conversation. It's always good for you all to join us. Say hello. Let us know you hopped on, any kind of questions you got. We about it. We want to talk about it. Hey, Mr. Waddy, we haven't seen you in a couple of months. What you been up to?
So like
I'm good. You look well.
I feel well. I'm good. Yeah, just getting
You
over
look
some,
like you
of
done
course.
lost a few pounds too. You getting a little fit?
I'm down like 15, maybe 20,
Oh,
15, 20. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Everybody, and let me
yeah.
get the exercise. Let me get with it. Y'all don't invite me to the gym, huh? Y'all don't invite y'all sisters. Y'all don't want no problems in situations. Is that what y'all be on in
I
the
mean,
gym? Or I can't get a conversation. Is that what it is?
I try not to do no talking. I actually been working solo lately, so um, just try to
Oh,
go in
okay.
45 minutes to an hour and get out. Yeah, so I'm down 20. Still
Okay. That's good. Sound like you're a little, a little
look,
focused with it. Staying fit.
trying to be. Yeah, it's been
Okay,
some months.
okay.
We are back,
You
back.
wanna Oh, well, I'm glad you back. I'm glad you doing good. I haven't been to the gym, but I definitely been to that massage therapy. I've been
That's
to
what
the
I need.
massage therapy. I live by that. I believe that preserves your body and your muscles. And my body struggles when I don't go. And I missed my massage therapist claimed it was 2 months. I say it was 30 days, but I'm feeling it because I'm nursing a strained shoulder right now, week 3. So the massage therapy is helping. So I'm a little all right today because I was there this morning.
Mr. Malik. Yeah, that's what I need. I need a massage and I need to be stretched. That's what I need.
Yes, yes, a real good stretch, a real good
So I
stretch.
think I'm gonna
So
handle that
listen,
today.
what's been happening in life, love, and relationships? I have been not doing much social media. I've been focused a bit and regrouping on some things. But I hit the social media the other day, and we got celebrities getting divorces. I mean, that's not uncommon. We hear that a lot in Hollywood. It's not, it's some that has survived it, but they making a whole big ordeal about this. What's them twins, Tamia, Tamara,
To
and
me, yeah,
the husband divorcing, and then
yeah, I seen it. I didn't dig too deep into it because I mean, it's divorce and it's celebrities. So
that's
I ain't
true.
got much to say
But I'm
about
like, after
say
20
about
years though, okay, now let me be nice. But I love the fact, yeah, I didn't dig deep, but I did see a comment or two, and I do like one of the comments that they claimed she had, which was it's mutual, and they're gonna co-parent, and that did me good because a lot of people struggle with that co-parent piece. That's a hard piece.
a lot of people struggle with it being mutual. I think
Mm,
mutual shows growth in the relationship, meaning you all have grown to a point where we can communicate and be honest about what we truly feel, and it's respected on both sides, both
that
ends.
part.
Mutual to me means that we see it the same, and it's
That's true.
okay. The fact that it's being mutual is most relationships do not mutual.
Okay,
They just
that's what's
most.
up.
Yeah, I can speak for me. It's never mutual with me, unfortunately.
Why is it not?
Um,
Why is it not?
yeah, I was all. I do the be honest. honest. I do the most. I told y'all some segments back that when this I drive the nail to the line. But that is not cool. But I can be honest about it. I do need to find a way to be mutual about breakups.
Let's talk about it. How so is there a right or wrong way to get over a breakup? Like a breakup is not easy.
A right and a wrong way. Um, it's funny. We was just talking about something last week. That is hilarious. I didn't think that it would come here, but um, yes, there is a right way. I will tell you the
Okay.
wrong way. The wrong way is going to find some other way. I believe that that's the
Mm,
wrong way. I think that's a
that rebound.
rebound move. Yeah, and so this is slightly off, but on there was a post last week, and I won't go too deep into the post, but the post was talking about post nut syndrome, and I just had to have a conversation with a couple fellas and even some other women, and I'm like, yo, this is rebound. This is title or term rebound sex for women. Just a different way of phrasing it, right? But I do believe the wrong way is jumping immediately into a relationship. Which, some people you have, some are ruined when they on their way out the door anyway. But I just think that that's not the right way. I think all loose ends should be tied up. Whatever you got going on should be tied up, done with, possibly selling from that particular situation before you move. But of course, it's easier to do what we're used to doing, finding comfort, right? And a lot,
That's true.
but some of us feel like comfort is being with someone else. So I could be the wrong way, definitely, for me at least.
Yeah, that's definitely not a healthy way to break up, and it's not healthy for either parties because you bringing somebody else into something, as you say, that you haven't healed from. But then again, do some people really even know what healing is? What does that take?
Yeah.
You know,
So
yeah.
go ahead.
And I always say you need some by yourself time. You need some self
I
reflection
do,
and some self assessment time.
I do believe some by ourselves time. I do believe we need some healing time. The problem is a lot of us have not really had or had the conversations or have been taught how to heal emotionally. We
Mm.
scrape ourselves, of course, and then we do what? We clean it, soap, water, peroxide, maybe
Them
alcohol if you're
band-aids,
crazy.
all those little band-aids.
You leave it open for air, you put the band-aid on it, and then, it heals itself, which I've always said, like God knew He was doing with us when it came to the physical, because we are fine-tuned instruments to be able to heal ourselves. But when it comes to being able to heal ourselves emotionally, I think a lot of us struggle with that. Of us, whether we struggle with it knowingly or not, a lot of us really just don't know how to heal emotionally. What are the steps? So what do? We go do the next best thing, do what comforts us the most, and that's usually being with someone. But healing is really an important part of all things to me called life. You know, anything that's been
Yeah, and
damaged,
that even
bruised,
true.
abused, needs, and what does healing emotion? Like, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't have a full for an answer to
I don't think
that.
anybody knows,
The one
but
thing I will say is,
here
go ahead.
I don't think anybody fully knows
Taking that time for
what that
yourself is a part of that, though. I will say that.
it is. You need to definitely self-examine yourself.
Just being able to reflect,
Um,
as you stated, I
exactly.
think that's important. Being able to look at.
That's true. And I think too with emotional healing is when you say that self-reflection, I always say
So that's the time by yourself.
being honest
That's the right.
exactly, and being honest
Um,
with yourself. So not just reflection,
which I
honesty
think
with yourself.
are important.
Yeah.
One thing.
Uh-oh, we lost you, Mr. Waddy. Look at him, y'all. He went to talk about
Because you
that
can reflect
emotional healing.
and still deflect the truth. So I agree with that, right? Um, being honest with yourself is a key component. You lost me? I'm here.
Yeah, you getting some feedback.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You just delayed. That's because you over there
You can,
in sipping. What's in that glass?
all right, let's do it. I'm still here.
Okay, I hear you. So see, I'm delayed to you because you just
That's some
responded.
blueberry.
Look at
Talk.
technology. Oh, a blueberry, a Cooper's Hawk blueberry. Aren't you
Yeah, I
fancy?
don't know why.
Aren't you fancy
Cooper's
with
Hawk
a little
blueberry.
blueberry? So listen, when you mention emotional healing, it's so many layers to that, and we can go on and on about it. But I do agree that ending a breakup, you definitely need to take some time for yourself to determine what you have learned, what you have gained, and self reflection time. But healing definitely takes some time. I always say you can't heal from nothing without no prayer, because how else you gonna get a little direction in which way you would actually go. So that's real good. It's funny because when you mentioned healing, I know that we chatted and then we have been getting some questions from people who have been interested, I guess, in listening to you, because they don't listen to me. You be giving the knowledge. Um, but
Okay.
talking about those signs of a healthy relationship and those signs of a toxic relationship.
Healthy. I think healthy is a key component to health and the number one component to all relationships. And when I say all, meaning platonic friendships, kinship,
True.
mother son, right? I think the number one key to a healthy relationship with anyone is communication, understanding, um, active listening, which I struggle with at times. Shit. But um,
It's funny you mentioned communication. In my marketplace work that I do, my team and I are reading a book on communication. It's a
mhm.
yes, it's very good. And I know you like books. Tell us what new books you reading, but we are reading John Maxwell, Everyone Communicates, Few Connects. The most
Mhm.
effective people do differently. Um, it is phenomenal, right? So as a team, we are working in an environment where we're working on our communication. You know,
Key.
everything from tone to attitude to being honest to making sure we clear, repeating back what somebody said. We never really do that. When we talk, we never say, "Let me make sure I heard you right." Are you saying we don't say that. And then we get frustrated because he or she or whomever didn't say what we thought they should say, right? But did you ask them what they was trying to say?
So being clear, clarity is very key. Um, I think we have been taught to respond to things quick, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning and I'm also teaching, when it comes to my kids or if we're in a mentoring, that it is okay to say, can you repeat that? It's okay to to say, I don't understand what you're saying, Far often we are more embarrassed or worried about how we look if we're asking something that may have already been said once, right? Twice or three times. We internalize that personally, like, oh, we're not fast enough, not witty. But the truth is, that's what you actually call effective communication.
Come
Making
on. Yeah.
sure that you've heard it, making sure that I've asked it, making sure that I comprehend. We have to learn, and learn to be okay with asking the question again. Learn to be okay with saying, hey, I'm really not understanding what you're actually saying, but can you break that down or say it a little different from me? And be okay with not feeling like the dummy and understanding that, yo, I am really trying to understand this person. A lot of time we want to also be under versus being understanding.
That's
And
true.
that's a skill, because we've been so focused in life to be pressured to hear, to understand, or listen to more so be understood, especially when it's emotional. You want to make sure that what you're saying is being heard, felt, and
Right.
understood. But in the process of
That's
that,
why
you
you
also have to be to understand.
right. That's why tones change and your head get to moving and your fingers and you get to talking with your hands to get your point across. Yeah, to get your
So
point across.
healthy, something you just said though real quick, healthy and communication is also delivery and tone. Delivery and tone can change a conversation real quick. It can go from a conversation to a debate real quick just based on delivery and tone. And I think that we all have to be mindful and present of how we deliver with our tone, but me, I can speak when I have a different octave. My octaves probably sing or attacking at times. I also believe that you have to understand the person that you'll communicate with in relationships more so than anything, because
That's true because you can
the
go there.
intent is
No,
just
go
that.
ahead.
Like, well, no, I can, but you got to know when I'm going there and when I'm not.
When I'm, right, that
You
part.
know, my
Yeah,
passion is just if I'm passionate about what I believe and what I'm standing on, my octaves are going to change. It does not mean that I'm arguing though.
that's true.
I'm just
That's
being
true.
passionate about it, and that's how I talk when I'm passionate. So you have to know me and understand me to know the difference. And a lot of people don't find that line of understanding their partner. This is not an argument. This is clearly a conversation, just with a different tone.
That's it. And especially with passion, because passion can get you, it can get you fired up. I
Quick.
experienced that. Yeah, it gets you fired up. You get to talking about, whatever it is that you passionate about, whether it be kids or work or whatever it is that you do. And sometimes people be like, they extra, they just deep with it, they doing the most. What? It's just they passionate about it.
Mm.
That's good. That's good. They expressing their passion, and a lot of people don't get that. So when we were talking about the healthy and the toxic relationships, because we haven't touched on what could be toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One thing that I have found in having a healthy relationship, when you say communicating, some people don't want you to really be brutally honest. I have found that some people struggle with being brutally honest. Their egos are bruised, their identity are bruised. And I'm not just talking about male, female, I'm just talking about friendships and relationships too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that honesty piece, I think people are really uncomfortable with that. And I think that part of that is because they have a personal, themselves have some issues with being honest. Because I know some women is not honest with no people, with no men they with. You say
I
one
mean,
thing and you doing one thing, cut it out. Well, no, let me be nice tonight. Um, Seriously, like one of the people who sent us in a question. This was probably about a month ago. Here's her issue. She's dating, right? She's dating a gentleman. Her concern is that she may be a booty call, and but you want a relationship. And my question was, how are you communicating? What makes you think that that's what you are, right? That you're a booty call. It was another young lady. This was a couple of years ago. Her mate passed, and she said to the mate's kids that she was nothing but his side female dog. What would make you think of yourself to that point? Was it something in the relationship? Is that something internally because you were being provided for? Like, what would make you say that about yourself? And then you want to be in a relationship with somebody else? I don't know, honey. You may not. I don't know if you need to be in a relationship.
mm,
You might need
mm,
that self reflection, Mr. White was talking about.
I think um, a lot of people struggle with telling the truth. I
Mhm.
think a lot of people struggle with telling the truth based on the reaction that they're going to get, right? It's
True.
not always the act that's been committed, right? Because sometimes the truth isn't necessarily a negative act being committed. Dealing with the truth has to also deal with the reaction that I'm going to receive once telling the truth, right? Just as much as it is hearing the truth. And a lot of people are afraid of the reaction that they're going to receive sometime from the
The
truth,
potential of
right?
rejection. The potential of
Rejection, whatever
rejection.
it may be,
Yep.
you
Yep.
know. How
Rejection,
about
whatever it may be.
my rule of thumb is, don't ask nothing that you're not willing to hear the truth about. Don't ask the question if you really don't want to know the truth. And
Don't ask the grown folks stuff, and you
yeah,
don't want the grown folks answer.
we have to be able to walk in that though, right?
Yep. Yep.
I'm learning that anything I ask, I have to be prepared for whatever is to come out of a person's mind, thought, mind, and mouth, right? And they hurt sometimes. So just make sure, just as much as I want the truth, I have to also be ready for the truth. So
Hmm.
a lot of people aren't ready for the truth, and a lot of people just can't handle telling the truth at all. I'll be honest. When I lied in relationships, it wasn't because I felt like I was gonna get in trouble. You know, it was more so to spare a feeling.
Mm.
Just being honest, and I'm at a point where I don't want to spare feelings, and I don't want my feelings to be spared. Like, I'd rather you give it to me raw and let me deal with that versus you lie to me. Because when I got to look at you different. At least if you
True.
tell me the truth, I might not like what you're telling me, and it might damn sure hurt. But I gotta say, at least I respect.
Because they told me the
They
truth.
told me the truth, and it
Yep.
hurt. At least I respect them. But being lied to and hurt, there's no respect in that. There's
Hmm.
no way you can really wholeheartedly respect the person that lied to you and they hurt. It's just like, it still might deal, but it's just like, I gotta always look at you this way. Because the truth, I'd rather just deal with that. I can deal with the truth, even though it hurt. So
Right.
I think the truth is another key component to a uh, healthy relationship. Communication with the truth, and it's hard for people to tell the truth. So I think those are two identified two the truth, and communication.
Okay. Truth and communication for healthy relationships.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Anything? Well,
Definitely.
last time you was on here, you was talking about physical was healthy too.
I mean, physical is always healthy. I haven't
Oh,
changed my thought.
okay. I can't see your eyes. Your hat is on tonight. I can't.
Physical is always healthy. I don't like who's not gonna say it is. It isn't. Come on now. Physical is always healthy.
That's true. That's true. So, what are
Um,
some? Go ahead.
go ahead.
What are some toxic things for relationships?
I think, outside the normal of lies and cheating, one that's often overlooked that falls sort of next to a lie, omission. And I used to believe in omission until I
I
was
think
omitted.
everybody has believed in omission
I
in
used
a relationship at some point in time, whether it's romantic or even in friendship. Omission has, yeah, it has a place.
I used to
Everybody,
believe in omission until I found someone was omitting. And
well, it's always like that, right?
right, yeah. Well, one thing I will say, the things that have taught me the most about relationships personally is all the shit that I dished. Just being honest.
True.
And when you can smell and eat your own, it gives you a different perspective, right?
Mm,
Uh, but those are the things for me as a man that has helped me mature
okay.
personally. For me, that has worked for my maturity, being able to receive some of the things I've given. So, I used to believe omission was cool and omission was okay, but um, I have learned to over communicate to the best of my ability and put it on the table. What you
Okay.
gonna do? You gonna like it, love it, or leave it alone?
Like it, love it, and leave it alone.
That's all you can really do. You're not gonna whoop me for something that I've already done in my life. You can't be mad for something I've already done in my life. But if I'm willing to put it on the table without omission, just so that you are aware and abreast of who I am, what I've been through, or what I might currently be going through, I think that just works best, right? Because omission still, I don't believe omission is lying to a degree. I don't. But it makes a person look like you could have told me that, or why did you leave that part out? No, I still told you the truth. I just didn't tell it all. So,
Mm,
you know, here it is. I just want to give it all to you and let you decide what you want to do with this. Like it, love it, leave it alone.
mm, mm. Come on now, like it, love it, or leave it alone.
I mean,
That's what
that's
you
all
around
you
here.
can do.
That's what you around here telling the people.
You can like
Like
it,
it, love it, or
love
leave it alone.
it, leave it alone. You
You
know
might need
what?
to write a book. That might be a good book.
A woman to do that to a man in a heartbeat.
Well, I agree with that.
A
Here we
woman,
go. We about to start with double standards. Come
hey,
on, let's.
it's not so much a double standard thing, right? But I'm gonna be honest, right? My best lessons come from women, not from having conversations with men.
Okay, such as.
Love it or leave it alone. And I remember the first time I had that kind of episode. Like, you can like it, love it, or leave it alone. I was shocked. Like, like did she just?
Yes.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
just. And I'm like, wow, brutal, harsh. But I had to understand that. Like, that's what happened when you deal with a woman. Rooster. And that's what I was, a young rooster dealing with a woman, right? And I had to like it, love it, or leave it alone.
Not a young rooster. You was a young tenderoni.
I was a young rooster when that happened.
You little
So
young rooster. He said a little young, not a chicken, but a little young rooster.
a young
That's new
rooster.
to me. That
Yeah,
sound
not
like
the chicken. I was a young rooster. But yeah, um, honesty, omission is that omission of those toxic things, right?
it is.
Um,
It can
I
lead.
think
It can lead to so much. and omitting it. And here's the thing: sometimes it don't come out till your back is against the wall when you could have just said what the situation or the issue was, and gave the person the opportunity to choose.
So my omission, right? I never, I, rem, I can vividly remember a situation with omission, and my omission at the moment was I didn't want to put too much on the table early on in the relationship because I was not sure where we were really going with it, right?
Okay.
And over time, we were going in a direction, and I just still failed to not so much admit, but have the conversation. But I would tell you another thing for me as a man, my omission in that particular category or phase in my life had a lot to do with being embarrassed about my situation. So
Okay.
that was my reason for omitting. Not so much that I didn't want her to know. It was just I really wasn't comfortable as a man with having that conversation.
Mm.
And it caught me with my back up against the wall.
I already know.
I had no choice but to talk about it.
Right.
And one thing I will say, um, some of my most courageous conversations
Mm.
have been my overcoming points in my life. You
Okay.
know, so while my back was against the wall in that situation, I felt liberated in the moment.
Okay.
So,
Sometimes the truth could liberate you. Somebody say, omission is a lie.
that's fine. That's fair. I'm not here to
That's
argue
fair.
and debate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
not
I think it
right for me.
undermines communication and directly impacts the experience of
Yeah,
that
I can agree with
relationship.
that.
hmm I really do. I really do.
Ooh,
So,
toxic,
you know what?
toxic. You
Oh,
so
I keep singing,
toxic.
y'all. It's the blueberry. So listen. So
Yeah, we're talking about toxic. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I don't even know what you were singing. You out of control.
That's
What was
one of
you?
those. The ladies on here. Y'all tell me who's saying that. I know somebody listening know what I was just singing. That's either her. It ain't Jasmine Sullivan. It's one of them ladies. I don't know.
I'm
This
gonna
is
have to check that out because I listen to her. I like her.
that song just
So
came to
so
mind.
listen. People have been asking, are we going to come back regularly about life, love, and relationships? I think they like the male perspective. I have a lot of ladies listening. Some men come on. The men only listen when you want to fuss about the women. They don't support us. They was loving you when you was talking about
We can
that
get back
child
to some of that
support.
too.
So they
Right.
want to know, are we coming back? What's going to be the plan? Are we going to come back monthly to cover some things? I'm gonna put out there, if y'all want us to come back, we need y'all to send us some questions that you want us to cover. It's definitely grown and mature. It's respectful. We love the dialogue. But I do believe that we need to come back on a regular basis, bring on a couple of people to add some new perspectives to some things. What you say? I don't know. They ask and they want to know.
I'm with it. You already know me. I'm never
Mhm.
saying no to
He-
have some great dialogue about
Somebody say, when you writing your book?
who said it's actually already in the process, to be honest. After Malik I stopped writing. Um Malik situation caused me to stop writing. But I in the process post Malik, I ended up writing a 30-day mail journal that's really ready. I just haven't done nothing with it. But
Oh, a mail journal. I think that'll be hot.
yeah, 30 days of black male affirmation. It's dope. I like it. But the book part, yeah, I just need to get back to it. It's spicy. It's
It's spicy. Yeah, you spicy.
It's
I
spicy.
I can see it being spicy.
Not mild about it. It's and just me really, talking about a lot of the relationships I've been in, and just
And I
telling.
think it's good. I think the male perspective would be good because I think that sometimes we get stuck in hearing the female perspective, right? So um you attended an event, you got invited to an event,
Uh,
and the women were very Mr. Waddy had the women stirred, y'all, right? We went to this event and they got a male perspective on some things. I don't even remember what you said, but it was hot. The ladies was fired up after that.
yeah, they supposed to call me back.
They are
Yeah,
gonna call you back. I'm not gonna tell the secret, but I think they want you to come be a speaker for
I'm gonna check.
2023.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
check. Yeah.
We was talking about matters of the heart. And some of
Yeah.
the women was disclosing some of their, relationships, things from a dating perspective, being single. I mean, what's your thought right now? We gonna wrap up, but
We got to
I
wrap
don't
up.
know about I don't know about this society and dating these days.
I mean,
And then I also don't know about the people getting married. Because are you getting married with false expectations? You're dating with false expectations.
I've changed my theory on marriage within the past month.
Oh, really?
Marriage,
What's your theory?
just how I look at it. Marriage is not about love.
Oh, what is it about? Entertain us tonight.
Yeah,
We gonna end with that right there. I
marriage
want to
is
hear
not
your theory.
marriage is not about love. And I personally believe that that's where a lot of us go wrong, right? And I know someone's gonna say, "Well, this we are not in those times." I get it. I understand that, but marriage is a business at the end of the day.
Okay, talk
And
about it.
the reason why I call it a business is because in business, you have to usually make some form of an agreement. And that's pretty much what your vows are converted over into your marriage license, right? And in order for it to be business in order for it to be business, it has to be an agreement with some type of monetary exchange. That's business. Do we
Come
agree?
on, I'm listening.
So when you get married, what do? You have a contract, right? That you both sign in the form of a license. Your verbal are usually your vows, and that money that you exchange to have that license is what makes it business. To divorce is the same thing though. You have to exchange some form of money to come up out of that contract that you had. That's business. Before we really had this solid thing called money, contract, judges, or whatever, pastors, it was really a man would exchange his daughter, whether she liked the male or not, for whatever that other family could provide for a benefit. It didn't have nothing to do with love. I don't have to love you to marry you. I don't have to love you to be committed to you.
Mm.
I just don't. I can be your life partner and still love you without marriage. But what marriage does, and this is why marriage is important, though, and this is why understanding the difference between love and marriage is also important. Marriage is important for the protection of assets.
It's the what?
Protection of assets. That's what I believe. So,
Okay, so I'm
no,
gonna wait a minute. We gonna
go ahead.
pause.
Wayne, go ahead.
We
Go ahead. I'm ready for
we
you.
gonna come back next
Mm-mm.
Tuesday.
No.
No. We gonna come back next Tuesday, and we gonna talk marriage.
I mean, that's
That's
cool.
the topic. We gonna talk marriage, baby. Somebody like, huh? What is he talking about?
No,
So that-
that's fine. Most people are going to deal with it solely from love. I don't have to be married to you to love you, though. I know we can all agree to that. I don't have to. I can
Somebody
be.
said,
Somebody said what?
just what it was. It was
I mean, that's fair. All right, huh? I see Tiffany. I can see it. I see it. That's fine. But I'm standing on that. Yeah, all the women are gonna
Okay,
do.
so this is what we gonna do. We got a topic now.
You gotta let me talk about why it's a part of protecting the assets.
I got
I'm
you.
not saying that you shouldn't love, but you gotta protect the assets. And I'm gonna tell you why next week.
That part.
That's all it's doing. It's gonna protect my assets, and I need you to do that. Because guys, I'm gonna say this: if you're with him and you're not married, and he dies, what happens?
She ain't getting nothing.
She ain't getting nothing. So whatever she thought she was awarded, coulda, shoulda, woulda, it ain't happening. So the only way for her to protect the assets is for her to marry him. Come on now. All them
Somebody said no, sir. Okay, so there we go. We coming back. Life, love, relationships. We gonna talk marriage.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna add some.
When we doing it? Next Tuesday?
Yeah, you coming next Tuesday? We don't want too much gap. Look in your schedule.
Understand the business aspect, but married without love, though, people do it all the time.
Some people do.
People do it all the time. Like I don't like people do it all the time. How about the people that's married with no love?
Now that people right there is deep. Okay, so we got check your calendar. We coming back.
I'm clear.
Look,
I'm wide open like a clipboard.
But I'm gonna bring a little spice. We gonna do a special. We gonna do an hour next week on marriage. That's what we're gonna do it. Let's talk marriage, life, love, and relationships. Marriage is the focus. Let's talk marriage. Oh man, it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna bring a little spice.
Call me.
I'm gonna add a little spice to it though. I'm coming next week now. You better be ready.
That's cool. I'm gonna make sure I have some more blueberry.
Look. Listen, y'all, it's always a pleasure for y'all to hop on with us. We actually wanted to just have a little fun tonight. We didn't got somewhere. So we gonna cover marriage next week. Listen, set your calendar, mark it 6:30. We coming on Central Standard Time. We gonna talk marriage. And if anybody on here that know me, they know that I'm bringing something next week. Because the marriage is a topic I actually like to talk about. And we gonna talk about it. So we'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all for joining. Marriage is the topic.
Peace.